Welcome to tonight's show. You're with Tom, Brian, and Steve, and this is NRL from the Sidelines. And as we do every time this week, we're going to talk about the round of NRL that's just been played. Gentlemen, how are you?
Yeah, good.
Apart from the football? Or including the
football?
Including the football.
Well, then I'm miserable.
Magic Round was great. I thought it was a terrific spectacle.
Instagram was great.
Instagram?
What?
What'd you say?
Magic Round.
Magic Round.
Oh, my goodness.
I'm
working
he's
with
going
people.
to the audiologist after this.
Oh, dear.
Was it really? I don't think Magic Round should be in Brisbane. Brisbane fans can't control themselves.
Neither do I.
And I'm older since last week.
Yes,
That's
you
true
are.
Too.
Do we need to sing happy birthday?
No, it's okay.
Do you want to tell everyone how old you are?
Remember that Beatles song?
Oh, he doesn't look a day
Look
over
it up.
85, does he? Okay. Gentlemen, Magic Round just played. Let's get into the games. First game, Brian, I know you're looking forward to speaking a little bit later, but the first game was the Knights and the Bulldogs. Knights winning 16-6.
Yawn. It was pretty
I
uninspiring.
don't get it.
It was a pretty uninspiring game.
It was a pretty average game, yes. It was.
I actually picked the Dogs.
I think I probably did too.
I did too.
I did too.
I
And we'll talk about tipping later, but I
But I
didn't
won't be
do well.
doing it again.
well, I don't know. Well, this was the game that sealed Trent Barrett's fate.
Yes.
When you can only score 6 points against the Knights, and
Last
the Knights
against second last, yeah.
and the Knights are going like bastards, there is something wrong.
Do you want to say that again? Going like
Bastards.
bastards.
Yes. Yes. Not anything else. They're just bastard. I mean, they've got half their team missing.
Yep.
They get flogged every week. The Dogs had a great win the week before.
Yep.
How do you not put it together? It's so disappointing.
Yep. Sure.
Yeah. I'm at a loss. I don't understand.
Well, I mean, that's what motivated the decision, wasn't it? And, you know, Trent Barrett fell on his sword, according to the news. But, you know, I think he was probably pushed
I think there was a little bit of push. I can't
Well, a
believe
lot of
someone like Barrett would have...
even Phil Gould admitted there are lots of conversations over the weekend after this game. So, you know,
Yeah, but still.
a lot of convincing. I think.
There's no way he would have just walked away. I guarantee it. There's no way.
No, he didn't walk away from my club when he left them in ruins.
No, and I believe he's walked away with a pocket full of cash, but that's another story. I think he's
What he
walked
did
away.
with my club too.
Yeah, but his career could be
Okay,
over.
let's go on to the next game. But Brian, I need to ask you a question.
That young up and come Adam Reynolds.
No, nothing about the up and comer. A couple of weeks ago, we had an agreement,
Yep.
and I'm going to give you the opportunity on air to renege, to back down from our agreement that whoever finishes higher on the table, because
It's
Tom
the end of the
winked
regular
out.
season. This is
Sorry?
the end of the regular season.
Yeah,
It ain't close to the end of
Tom's
the regular
up.
season.
You just leave me alone. I'm going to give you the option to opt out.
Oh, okay.
He needs to let things finish.
He does.
Okay,
He's
So-
an interrupter.
he's an interrupter. So I want you to tell everyone your thoughts.
NRL from the Sidelines listeners. Steve has made an offer, a very generous offer. I give the same offer to him because he hasn't got a hope. No, I'm not backing down from this, Steve.
I think you should.
So did you explain the offer?
The offer was that the team that finishes lower on the ladder
Between
at
you
the
two?
end of the regular
Yeah,
season,
because you wimped out.
I wasn't interested.
at the end of the regular season, we have to wear the club colours the following week
Of the one that's higher.
of the one that's higher.
Yes.
It
And
will not be happening to
And
me.
I have jerseys that will fit you. Don't you worry about it.
Well, you're lucky. I don't have any jerseys that fit you, but I've got a lovely hat with flowing maroon and white hair. You are going to be decked out lovely, Steve.
We will see. Okay, let's talk about the Broncos 38, Sea Eagles 0.
I've just got one thing to say.
Don't say
Reynolds.
Who?
Adam Reynolds.
Who?
I'll say it as often as you like.
I don't get it.
Neither do I.
I don't understand.
Against 12 men, with 12 men against South a couple of weeks ago,
Yep.
you guys were absolutely on fire.
I thought that was actually a nearly a season-defining game. They hung in
Yep.
and hung in and
Yep.
hung in, and for the
Yep.
sake of a couple of silly errors, would have had you.
Yep.
Then it was an emotion-charged win against the Tigers, and so you head to Magic Round full of optimism and hope.
You had 40% of possession.
Look,
It's turning over ball. all the time,
I don't. There are a number of things in the first half that were disappointing. Not least of those the 6 agains and the penalties. I didn't think that we had much of a rub in the first half. That's okay. It happens. But to continually allow in tries was disappointing. I thought Brisbane were good, but I don't think they were 38-0 good.
There's a young guy who was playing halfback for them called Adam Reynolds. He actually was superb.
He was very good.
He was. I mean, he really took charge of the game. And honestly,
Look,
he was on fire.
and to be perfectly honest, at a couple of tries down, so I think it was it was probably we're only 6 down. Marty Tapau makes a break, doesn't look on his inside where Cherry Evans is running unmarked. Would have been a try under the post.
Yep.
Was there no peripheral vision? I don't know. He was never going to walk over the 2 players that were there.
No.
And then every time, and I don't think Manly had the ball in the 20 for the first 25 minutes.
No.
But as soon as they did, it was rash. Like they were too anxious to score, impatient.
And there's a big problem with Turbo. He was a passenger in that
Apparently
game.
got a cork early.
No, I get that, but he was a passenger in that game, and I think honestly it would have been better for him to come off.
Yeah, I thought they should
than
have taken him off.
and have 13 on 13 than 13 on 12 and a half.
Yeah.
Because he was only a half out there. He wasn't, and forget about the fact he's Turbo. He wasn't even playing well enough to be out there. I would have got him off.
Well, I think the reason Des kept him there was because he had a cork and he wanted to run it off, and because he kept saying in the press conference, very, very pointedly, he's fine, and he's recovering going fine.
That being said, he still ran for 145 metres. Like
that's right.
And he did trouble the defence in the first half.
He was courageous.
I just don't understand.
No, neither do I.
I was disappointed, and I made this point on the club site. I think the forwards need to take a look at that tape, take a look at that game again, and sit there and watch it and just wallow in embarrassment. But not one forward made over 90 metres. Like that's ridiculous. You can't have a starting pack that doesn't make 100 metres.
It is against a pack like the Broncos, who are constantly not performing, other than Payne House or Oregon. Okay, let's go on to the Rabbitohs 32 defeated the Warriors 30, and this was a huge scare.
Must have had your heart in your mouth.
It's 32-6 or something, and I rewatched the game and I thought, you know what, the Warriors had a great second half because to come back, they didn't. It was 17 minutes to go, and it was 32-6.
Really?
Yep.
And South led in 4 tries in that point, and I've got to tell you, 2 minutes to go, I'm yelling at the TV because I don't know what they're doing. I don't understand how they could all of a sudden just collapse in a hole like that. It was 17 minutes to go.
They take the foot off the pedal?
They must have. That's all I can suggest.
Yeah.
I mean, we had, Cook was sin bin, but he was only sin bin in the last 6 minutes.
It's hard to understand, isn't it?
Doesn't make sense. After the first half, where they're absolutely tearing them apart, Cody Walker had his best first half.
Yeah, I've got to say, I watched the highlights. I thought he had a really good game.
Your team sucks as well, Steve, and you think I want to back out of this bet. At least I know my team's got improvement. I think your team's done.
Hey, we at least had 48% possession, whereas you only had 40. Okay, let's move on to Titans 20 defeated the Saints 16.
A surprisingly good game.
Well, I was going to say it was an okay game. It was a great finish.
Great finish.
It was an exciting finish. Why they don't teach players to kick field goals, I don't understand.
You saw Ben Hunt towards the end of that game just absolutely furious that
they ran away
from
him.
The ball kept going the wrong way, and Then it went to Lomax on his wrong foot. Oh, it was a shambles.
But clubs go into training and say, okay,
They have to.
2 minutes to go, we're equal points. What are we doing?
This
and
is
they have
the play.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't get it. But anyway, look, well done the Titans.
Well, yeah. I mean, they weren't good either. But, I mean, it wasn't. I didn't mind the game. I thought it was an entertaining enough game.
I thought it was a pretty average game, to be
Yeah.
honest. I didn't
Two
think...
average
Come
sides.
on.
Often when two similar skilled sides go together, it can be entertaining. I didn't think it was that great.
Okay.
I was probably stressing about the next game.
The next game.
Oh, the next game. Panthers...
Sorry, no, it wasn't the next game. Sorry, it was Sunday.
is ahead of...
He's old.
He's
Oh,
ahead
look,
of his
I
time.
had a rough weekend, so sorry.
Panthers 32, Storm 6. This game, yeah, I got to say I'm shocked by the result of this one.
But I know everybody's come out and they're saying, and this is a game that's the perfect example where a team can have 32 points scored against them and still not do anything wrong. I thought Melbourne were exceptional.
They were,
But
they led in 32 points.
some of those were simple errors. So the one where Kickout went over the top of Wishart.
Yeah, but they had a
Yeah, I'll take
66% completion rate.
Oh, yeah, I know, but geez, they were good though.
Now, they're missing two players, main players. They're missing Pappenhausen and they were missing Hughes.
Yep, they were playing a hooker at fullback.
Yeah, I thought
Like,
there was
I mean,
a mistake.
Yeah, I mean, I don't understand. I didn't understand the team choices.
And he's a very experienced player as well,
Yeah.
so it's a big responsibility for him at that point.
Yeah, but Nick Meaney is there. Nick Meaney, who has played fullback.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nick Meaney, who obviously has trained at fullback. Nick Meaney, who has been in Melbourne, admittedly only since the start of the year.
But he's a
Surely-
fullback. He can
He's
play.
a fullback, and he's a mighty good fullback.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right, I don't understand, but Panthers were good.
Yeah, they were.
The Panthers were good.
Scary good.
And they're just rolling on. I want to know what happened last week, though. So they lost to Parramatta. Were they just thinking about this game?
No, I don't think so. I think Parramatta were exceptional last week.
Ooh.
And some of the things that came off for Penrith this week weren't coming off for them last week. That Parramatta had quite a bit of luck last week, I thought.
Yep.
A lot of decisions go their way. 50-50 decisions, and that's fair. But this week, I think there's just something wrong with Melbourne at the moment.
I think Luai had
For that game.
stepped up for. He's had a few ordinary games in a very good team.
Yeah.
He had an exceptional game. And look, I don't like his mouth, honestly, but that annoys me about him. But he had an exceptional game, and I think when that's clicking, when the 7 to the 6 across is working, they're so much better.
Yeah.
Whereas it hasn't been quite like that for
Well,
last few
the
weeks.
other thing that was different I noticed this week is Stephen Crichton's exceptional.
Yeah.
He there were a couple of times he got the ball on the outside of a player, and the Melbourne defence is sliding across, and instead of just passing it out to Toho on his wing, he's just cut back inside so hard and fast that every time he got the ball, it was dangerous. And because he was cutting back in, you had players overlapping on Toho, and the ball just went to the other side of the field and they scored. He was exceptional.
And he'll be another player that the Roosters are trying to get on top of.
No, he's
Well,
got the Dolphins.
apparently
Yeah,
the Dolphins are after him.
Him and To'o, apparently.
They would be exceptional pickups.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, well, they'd be the biggest names the Dolphins have
and they'll be
picked
getting
up
good money.
outside of Mark Nichols.
Well, Steve, I'm a huge Stephen Crichton fan anyway, so every time he's played fullback, it's against Manly. He's cut him to shreds.
Well, he does it to most.
Yes.
Don't worry about it.
All right.
All right,
I
let's,
think Soft Solomano's picked up a knee injury as well in that game too.
yeah,
Okay.
Kickout was a beast, wasn't he?
he was.
Oh man, he's really killing it at the moment.
Every time my wife sees kick out, she goes, "Who's that bloke with the lamb's wool on his head?"
It looks like one of those floor mops, the ones that you do across the hard floors. Sort of put it over
Why has
his
he got a
head.
sheepskin on his head?
Oh dear.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
There you go.
All right, Raiders 30, Sharks 10. This was a surprising result,
It was.
especially when it was 20-0.
Nico Hines at fullback it didn't work.
Now, why? He was fullback for Melbourne last year.
Maybe it wasn't so much that it didn't work in there, that they missed him incredibly in the halves. Yeah. They're starting to come back to the pack now, aren't they? The Sharks have had a couple of ordinary performances.
I'm confused. I know that Manly played well against Souths and lost when they were a man down.
Yep.
The Sharks dismantled the Warriors when they were a man down.
Yep.
At one point, Canberra playing with 11 people on the field.
Yeah.
Sharks could score.
They had 3 sin bins, didn't they?
Yes, they did.
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah.
I am stunned.
Yeah.
There are no words to describe.
Well, we were all critical of the Warriors last week for exactly the same thing against the Sharks. You're
And
right.
the Raiders were in 15th position a couple of weeks ago.
Yep.
They're just outside the 8, I think now.
Yeah, mind you, there's a lot of teams just outside the 8.
Yeah, but they've had a form reversal. Like they didn't fade this week.
Yeah.
You know,
That's true. That's true.
very different.
Yeah. Nico Hines didn't work at fullback. He's back. He's back at
Halves.
back in the halves this week. So
So I wonder who will be fullback.
the new guy, the rugby union.
Lockie Miller.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
rugby
that's
union
right.
centres
No,
guy. All right, sorry, we digress.
They said he's good.
We digress.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go on to Roosters 31 defeating the Eels 24.
No, that was a great first half by the Roosters. And Teddy said they were a bit flat coming out of half time. I thought Moses really lifted in that 10 or 15 minutes. I mean, that try he put on himself, I thought that was just a bit of genius. You know, that was just a real will to get to the try line. That was a very good try. And Madison too, that was a soft one too. They were all soft tries really, which probably gives me heart that they were a bit flat. They let a couple in, but then they finished the game off.
But you scored a couple of soft ones too.
You score them. You know, I mean,
Well, hang on.
but what I'm saying is that's Parramatta's problem. Okay.
Yes.
They kept on scoring points, which is the important thing. The Moses first try. Well, not Moses. It was Papali's first try. You know, just got through the line. In lack of attention, they'll work on that.
Yep.
They're getting a little bit better each week, the Roosters, and I'm
I mean,
pleased.
the try they scored, where Gutherson missed the kick, that was just bad luck.
Well, that's called playing to the whistle.
Oh no, I understand that, but I was saying that was one of the soft tries. So look, there were soft tries on both sides.
Yeah.
I got to say, for this game, I was surprised that there was 55 points scored. I didn't think it'd be that high because both
probably.
teams concentrate on defence.
Yeah. So I was pleased. I was pleased that the Roosters started to get their attack on because their D's generally pretty good, and they can work on that and get better. But I mean, Sam Walker had another blinder.
Yeah,
you know?
no,
the fact that a 19-year-old can read the line with 12 men on the field, admittedly, but read the line, see Gutherson's in the defensive line, and think to chip for himself and score a try. That's just sublime.
He watched Adam Reynolds the night before.
Well, maybe, but it's sublime.
Learning from the other youngster.
It's sublime.
It's amazing what they're teaching the young kids nowadays.
And how did you like that Sawali try?
Kneeing someone in the back of the head? I'm not sure.
It's allowed.
It's allowed to knee someone in the back of the head.
If you get higher than the other player, where he is immaterial. The fact that he happened to be standing under his knees is not his problem. Don't give him that.
He kneed him in the back of the head. Should have been sent off.
He's just jealous. I'm just jealous.
Jealous of what?
That he was yours and you let him go.
Yeah.
Jealous of mine. We got better.
I don't think so.
Oh, we got much better. He's had, excuse me.
Wait a couple of years.
He's been gone 2 years. He's had one exceptional game.
Well, he's had 2 good games.
Did you see?
Okay, 2 in a row.
Did you see
18 months
running the ball out of our end? He was the best for the whole game. He's 18 years of age. And he's committed to the hard stuff. In fact, Trent says he loves the hard stuff.
Campbell Graham's not much older, and he's been doing it for a couple of years now.
Exceptional as well.
Have you but I don't know what they're going to do with him when they get Selwyn Cobbo, because that's either after.
Well, that's right.
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah,
and Payne Haas and everybody else.
Yeah, Payne Haas.
No, I want Flegler. I don't want Payne Haas. I want Flegler. I think
What's
Flegler's a terrific player. Anyway.
All right, let's move on to Cowboys 36 defeated the Tigers 12. You know what? I feel for the Tigers in this game because I thought they tried hard, but their injuries, something just killed them. I don't think they were going to win. I'm not saying they were going to win.
They lost Brooks, didn't they?
Yeah, they lost Brooks. They lost the hooker Simpkins.
Yep. And somebody else went down.
I can't remember. Yeah. It was too long ago, and I had the flu, and
Tigers are falling
I was
in
just
another hole
sad.
again.
I was sad.
You were sad all weekend.
I was sad all weekend.
Tigers have fallen in a hole again.
Yeah, but what are we saying about the Cowboys? Are they really a top 4 side?
No.
Well, they're playing well.
Yeah. I mean, this week will be interesting. They played, Melbourne, who are hurting, who are from a loss. It could be very interesting.
Yeah. I know that they brought in experience. So they brought, the Chad Townsend and Peter Hiku but the team just it's so young.
Yep.
Like you see them when they score, they're a little bit like the Panthers in the way that they're excited when things go right. Curious to see what happens when things go wrong.
Well, that's the thing.
Because they're
things haven't gone wrong for several weeks.
Well, they're in a little bit of a purple patch, agreed.
Yeah.
But we all know that there's ups and downs.
Yeah.
And it's how you ride the downs.
And Brent Naden has now moved to the Tigers, effective immediately.
Yep.
See you, Trent.
We didn't talk about Trent, did we?
We should talk about Trent. Well, that's the gains. You got the ladder up there, Steve?
Yeah, I've got the ladder. Here it is. Look, right behind you.
Yep, the ladder which reads Panthers on top on their own, 18 points. Then we have the Storm on 16, Cowboys on 14, Roosters, Sharks, Parramatta, Broncos.
Where are the Roosters?
The Roosters.
Yeah.
The
Where are
Roosters.
They're in what position?
No, Sharks, Parramatta, and the Broncos.
Top 4, maybe.
All equal third.
Roosters are in 4th.
Equal fourth.
Roosters are in 4th.
Hang on.
Then we
But
have,
if you do that, that means Souths are in 4th. But okay,
No.
I'll accept that.
Then we have in equal 8th spot, Manly and Souths.
No, Souths aren't in 4th.
No, they're in 8th.
They're in 5th.
They're in 8th.
They're 10 points.
They're in 8th.
Yeah.
What do you people not understand maths?
They're in 8th.
Oh my
Equal
goodness.
5th.
Equal with Manly, by the way, so you can take that bet.
Yeah, you suck equally.
Yeah,
Yes.
but guess what? We have higher points, so
Oh,
and
nah.
yeah.
I know. I'm just saying. I'm winning at the moment.
Then we have Raiders, Warriors, the poor old Dragons, who have now lost 2 in a row on 8. Titans, Knights on 6. The lowly Tigers with 2 wins, and the hapless Bulldogs.
Hapless Bulldogs. Okay, let's very quickly talk about Trent.
Yep.
Gentlemen, how do you feel about Trent?
I love Trent. Which Trent?
Trent Barrett.
Oh, sorry. Okay. Yeah, sorry.
I think he was lucky to get the job at the Dogs.
Yeah,
and,
you're probably not the right one to talk to about this.
Well, why? He's
Because you have a history.
No. His win record was pretty deplorable at Manly.
Yeah.
So no other experience as a head coach. He's come across to the Dogs, and he's in the middle of another
Poison chalice.
terrible season. At what point do you go, oh, you know what? We're rebuilding. It's the club. Because you look at that Dogs roster and you go, you know what? They shouldn't be sitting dead last.
No, they shouldn't be. But you know what? They had Dean Pay a few years ago after Hasler left.
Dean Pay had nothing to work
No,
with.
And you know
but
what?
that's my point. He had nothing. If he had this team,
Their defensive resolve under Dean Pay was 10 times better.
yeah, they just couldn't attack. But they didn't have Naden, Addo-Carr, and Burton, and
Dufty, and
and all those other players. So
Vaughan.
look, I think
you
it
know,
had to happen. But
look,
who's the replacement
Mick Potter.
Interim.
next year?
Flanagan.
I think Flanagan too.
I don't know.
Flanagan's friends with Gus.
Yeah,
And that's probably in your favour.
You can't put another inexperienced coach into that team. You've got to put a Flanagan or
I
Green.
did post to say Anthony Mundine is interested
No,
in the
no,
job,
please.
and I think that would be fabulous.
Yeah, for entertainment value, not for
Only
football
because
value.
you'd see him sacked in another 12 months' time anyway.
I don't think it'd last 12 months.
Mundine can box, Gould can't.
The only reason Mundine would be going there is because he
just-
thinks my name will get me everything. But no,
I don't. Look, to be perfectly honest, I wouldn't go Shane Flanagan. I'd take probably Christian Wolf.
Yeah.
You know, overcoaching England. He's been a head coach for a while.
yeah, but he hasn't been a coach in Australia.
It
It's
doesn't
a
matter.
It's a different
Give big things
competition.
to Tonga.
Look,
Yeah,
I must admit, I am curious because I know that there are clubs that have a certain DNA in the way that they play and the way that the coaches react to players and fans and
Yeah.
staff. And so, and that's why, you know, when Barrett, I thought I'd give Barrett the benefit of the doubt when he was at Manly, but he doesn't have the right stuff
No.
to coach at Manly. Not saying that he's not a good coach.
Well, maybe he's
man.
a good attacking coach, and maybe he's always going to be an assistant.
So
Maybe.
it
All right.
might just be that Mick Potter continues on being old Bulldogs blood.
All right, we're going to move on to round 11, I think is what we're up to.
Yep.
And we're going to start out with the Knights and the Broncos on Thursday night.
The Bronx will win this
By,
by a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
especially if that young guy Adam Reynolds plays.
The young up and comer.
The young up-and-comer. I don't know where he's come from. Jeez, he's good. I like him. I think it's a great little play.
He's got no memory. Yeah.
No, he
It's
doesn't
denial.
want to. Doesn't
It's
want to.
denial.
So, Broncos?
Yeah, Bronx, and I think they'll win it well.
Okay.
Yes.
Tigers and Bulldogs.
Tigers.
Tigers.
Okay. I'm going to throw it out here. Bulldogs have just sacked their coach.
Doesn't always work.
Doesn't always work,
Okay.
but you know what? If they were playing a bigger team, I'd say no, but they are playing the Tigers, who are, how close to them on the table?
No,
Equal.
no, they won't win.
Tigers.
Tigers. I mean, and it's not only that they sacked the coach, and I know that usually is a bounce back.
Yeah.
But they lost a player during the week as soon as Trent quit. They've had one training session with who was coach.
Yeah.
Like,
And-
it's going to be whatever they're doing is going to be Trent Barrett's game plan.
And Brent Naden will be playing against his club this week.
Well,
Not that that's anything you're over.
No, but, you know.
yeah, I know. I'm looking at that. He's actually not listed as playing, but that's
Yeah,
okay.
he was
yes, he is.
21.
21. There you go.
Okay, so you've gone Tigers. I'd
Yeah.
probably go Tigers as well. Eels and the Sea Eagles.
Bounce back to
Bounce
Eels.
back. Bounce back to Manly.
No, bounce back
Bounce
to
back
Eels.
to Eels. But to the Eels.
Yeah,
What are you saying that?
I think they'll bounce back. They're a better team on paper. They're playing better than the Seagulls, and even before last week. And the Eels.
You know what? Just because you bagged Tom, I'm going to send him a copy of this.
I didn't bag Tom. He
No,
did.
he did.
Yeah.
And I'm going to
I
say,
didn't bag him.
I'm going to say, listen to this, Tom. Listen to what they're saying about you.
Yeah, well,
and he's
Steve's
going to
saying
come
about
out. He's going to come out and have a blinder. He's going to rip Parramatta apart.
So by saying that he's a passenger, it's bagging him, is it?
Yeah, because
it's
he's
not a very nice word.
That's right. And he ran 145 metres and, well, he didn't have any tries this week.
Okay, he didn't do much else though. All right, Brian,
Yeah.
I'm guessing you're going Eagles.
I am.
You're going Eels,
Eels.
and I'm
Yeah,
going Eels
you
as
know,
well.
I'll be honest with you. Unless
you?
it was,
Can you?
Yes, I can. Unless it was Parramatta or Melbourne, I'd probably pick whoever else it was.
I think
But
you
I
should
can't.
go. I think you should go to this game.
Don't think so.
Dragons and Warriors.
Well, it's a Friday night anyway. Dragons.
Dragons.
Great.
Dragons.
Come on, say it.
Depends on the Warriors when that turns up.
It depends on the Dragons side.
You've got
that
to tip
turns up.
before that happens.
I know, but if they play like they did last week in the second half, yeah,
Yeah, but
Dragons.
they can only play for 40 minutes.
Yeah, Dragons. Cowboys and Storm. This is a very good game. I'm looking
Yeah.
forward to this one.
I don't think this is a lay down misère to the Storm, honestly. I think being at home,
Do we know if Pappenhausen and Hughes is back? They're not, are they?
Pap's not back,
no.
and
gone for
Hughes
years.
is.
Right.
And according to the official team list, Wishart is still fullback.
Is Nelson playing? Because he did injure his knee.
Nelson is not playing.
Okay.
Look, I'm going to tip a very narrow win to the Cowboys.
Okay, I'm going Storm.
I'm going Storm.
Roosters and Panthers.
Stick solid.
Wow.
I'm sticking solid.
Can I just say the Roosters are further outsiders than Manly, and you harassed me.
It's my team.
You got no idea, honestly.
Sticking solid.
Yeah,
No,
I just want us to be competitive. That's all.
you'll be competitive.
I want
Yeah.
us to be competitive.
You'll
Will
be
they
smashed
score,
into
will they
the
score
ground.
one try or none?
Who? Roosters?
The Roosters.
Oh, no, I think they'll score 2 tries.
Really? More than the Storm could score?
Yeah.
Well, I don't think so.
Yeah, I want us to be competitive.
Why they get too old and knee people in the head again? You're thinking duck it.
I'm thinking a duckhead.
So what do you think the Panthers are going to score?
30 to 40.
No,
Okay.
it wouldn't be that.
I like
You don't think they'll
enjoy
score
it.
30
No,
points?
I think
I'll
they
join
could
next
probably
week's
score
show
30, but it'll be a 30 to 12 score line or something like 30-14.
Well, you reckon they're going to let him loose tries?
Moving
Yes.
on.
You're right.
Rabbitohs and Raiders.
Seriously.
Rabbitohs.
This is a danger game for you.
Oh, no, I think it is too. I'm concerned.
I've gone Rabbitohs.
I haven't put my tips in yet, but I'm going Rabbitohs.
This could be a draw.
It won't be. So pick one.
Do I pick with my hate or do I pick with my head?
Yes, you pick with a hate. Thank you very much.
Okay, Raiders then.
Okay. Titans and Sharks.
Sharks. They'll bounce back.
Yeah, Nico
Yeah.
Hines back in halves. I'm really curious to see how the young bloke goes. Well, the young bloke, the rugby bloke goes at fullback.
And this is even at Seabus, but I can't see the
I
Sharks.
don't think that's much of a benefit to the Titans, really.
Okay, so let's have a look at our footy tips at the moment. I did put on top 5, but then I added a few more, so because I wanted to get a few people in. St. Mick 130, Isidore 124, Gordon the Scott 122, Keenaz 120, Stormy May 116, Manly Man,
That's not me.
Mick Roosters, that's not
That's not
him,
me.
and Saintly are all on 114.
So does it say where we are? You should put us at the bottom.
We are at the bottom.
No, but you should put us where we are.
It's really
Next time.
embarrassing.
Yeah, well, I'm doing better than you.
Not by much, and you've used a joker. So,
You have, haven't you?
no,
Oh, really?
no. So
Well, that is bad then.
I wouldn't gloat if I were you. Okay, and our KFC Super Coach competition. Robbie's Randoms 14,
Yep.
Glizzy of Doom 14, Grinners, Fitzmagic, and Rory's. I fixed it up. Thank you very much. Rory's Crocs all on 10 points.
Why didn't you put me on next? Is it?
I'm really upset with this. I had such a good team last week, and all the big names I had let me down.
Well, can I just say, in Supercoach, they give you a points difference. So, Robbie's Randoms has a 1,250 point average better
Than all of us.
than the team that he's
Is that
playing.
the Robbie we know?
Yep.
Okay.
And even though I'm not in the top 5, I've got a 191 point better average than the teams I play.
And what's mine?
Mine is 253.
Do you think anybody out here cares about this?
Yeah.
Yes. Well, at least 10 people who are in our competition.
It's more popular than footy tipping, Tom.
Yeah, well, tipping's not very popular with me at the moment.
All right, so,
All right.
gentlemen, we're going to end the show right there. Anything intelligent you want to end the show with?
Yeah, bounce back, Manly. Bounce back, baby. That's it.
Got a long way to bounce back.
Look, Tom will be back. Tom's back.
Tom's been back.
Tom
was playing last week.
No,
You got to remember that. Tom was playing.
Tom will be back. Olakau'atu will have an absolute blinder against Parramatta, the club that didn't want him. Apparently, he was going to sign with them, and they didn't want him. You bunch of mistake-ridden people.
You are going to be crestfallen.
Regretting that decision to not sign Olakau'atu. Don't talk about me. Talk about...
Tom, do you want to end the show with anything?
No, not really. It's all been said.
It's all been said and done, huh?
Yeah, losers.
All right. You're with Tom, Brian, and Steve, and this is NRL from the Sidelines. Thanks for joining us. We'll do it all again next week. Bye-bye.
See ya.